Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Scorpio. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios, please. All right, it looks like your cards are ready to talk. Your person's ready to come out. All right, let's see. All right, so, ooh, all right. So your person is showing up as the Magician card, Virgo, Gemini energy, also the Seven of Wands. They're viewing you as the Eight of Swords, and the connection, we see the Three of Swords. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on here. So we see the King of Wands. So this person could have strong Aries, Leo, or Sag in their chart. We also see this really strong Virgo, Gemini energy. Now, I feel like with this King of Wands energy, this is somebody who's going to pursue you. This is somebody who's going to step up and take initiative. This is somebody who's going to be actively manifesting you. I feel like this person is very sexy, very attractive. I feel like they're very elegant in the way that they present themselves. But they also have edge, okay? Which I feel like a lot of my Scorpios need, a little bit of edge. Now that can be like because of where they come from and their life experiences. Or this is somebody who's a little bit of a risk taker. The Magician card, though, tells me that this is somebody who's intelligent. This is somebody who can communicate their feelings clearly. And this is also somebody who's going to step up. You know, they're going to speak up. They're going to take action. All right. So I do feel like this is somebody who's definitely pursuing you, Scorpio, or will be pursuing you. Yeah, they're showing up as the Judgment card, Aries, Scorpio energy. When this person knows, they know. Okay, and they are definitely going to want to up-level this connection. I do feel with the Judgment card, this is like a higher level love than the people that you've been dealing with. This is also somebody that will want to up-level this connection. They're not going to be someone who keeps you single or keeps you in a gray area. All right, there may be some sort of serendipity or divine intervention that brings you two together. And we see the Wheel of Fortune, a destined partner, strong Sagittarius energy, but also the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I feel like this is somebody who's definitely has a lot to offer. I also feel this may be somebody here who's self-made. So I don't know if they're a creative or they're an entrepreneur, but there's somebody here who's self-made. Or they've done quite well for themselves, or they've recently had some sort of major up-leveling, like a raise or a promotion or, you know, an investment that really paid off. Scorpios, how you're going to be feeling, we see the Two of Cups. So you're going to be sensing this is a soulmate connection, that this is somebody who balances you in the most harmonious ways. All right. So let's see what else we need to know. What else do my Scorpios need to know here, please? I feel like this is somebody who's not afraid to, I feel they have a little bit of edge, maybe a little bit of a rebellious streak, but they're still really kind of elegant and like they're elegant in the way that they present themselves. We see that they could be a business owner. I was picking up on that already. They invest effort and creativity into personal fulfillment and wealth. We get life partner, Scorpio. Oh, damn. All right, so mutual love with a partner who shares your vision for the future. This is meant to be a long-term connection. All right, we get creative energy. Again, I'm picking up on all of these messages already. This person potentially enjoys art, working with their hands, music, and they enjoy putting their ideas to work for them. And we get a traveler here, Scorpio. So this is someone who enjoys new experiences, places, and people. They may have great stories to tell about their travels. Now, for some of you, there could be a generational difference. This card says 10 plus years, but it could also be that you just fall in different generations, you know, like Gen X and millennial, right? Which doesn't necessarily have to be a 10 plus year age difference. But for some of you, there is kind of a larger age gap here. All right, so we see the Seven of Wands. Scorpio, this person is as intense as you are when it comes to being ride or die. This is somebody who has your back. I love the Seven of Wands because it's really an energy of it's you and me against the world, babe, right? And you're definitely going to have somebody who protects the connection, protects the relationship. All right, let's see what else my Scorpios need to know. So we see meeting at work. So some of you, this could, work could be what brings you two together. So we see in their 60s. So some of you, that may be the case. Now for others of you, it's not. Just remember that certain messages, specific messages, when we talk about age, eye color, ethnicity, things like that, they're going to be confirmation for some of you, but they're not going to resonate with all of you. And that doesn't mean it's not your reading, Scorpio. All right, so let's keep going. All right, and you would be shocked. So this person is going to shock and surprise you. Some of you, they might look younger than they actually are. Some of you, like I said, this person presents themselves in a very elegant way. But like for some of you, you don't realize like actually how much money they have, right? Because I don't feel like this is the type of person who flaunts it. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, Scorpio, we get that this may be somebody here who speaks multiple languages. So they're worldly, which is a nice energy. All right, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know here? All right, so for some of you, again, very specific messages. They may be clean shaven, a bald head, a baby face, no facial hair. We get hairstyles, tapered, buzz cut, short, cropped, fade with a part. Okay, and for others of you, we have long hair. All right, so I am reading for a lot of you, so just remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Wavy, braids, straight, or loose curls. And at the bottom of the deck, we see initials, D-H-A, P, T, V, and K. So these could be their initials, Scorpio, or these just could be prominent letters in their name. And when I cut the deck here, we see that some of you may meet this person online. All right. Now let's go ahead and see what else we need to know, or what else my Scorpios need to know in order to identify this person. Ooh, all right. Again, your cards really want to fly out this morning. They're known to be sarcastic, so they have a dry sense of humor. Okay, maybe a little bit of a dark sense of humor as well, which I feel like my Scorpios probably gravitate to. This person likes to use their middle name. They may have dark hair. I've got a lot of messages about this person's hair. Okay, and we see they like to wear more than 2 rings frequently. Okay, beautiful. So this could be somebody who's been married and divorced before, or it is just somebody who just likes to wear jewelry. And we see that this person may have a tendency to be forgetful or late. And, a lot of times that creative energy lends itself to losing oneself in time, right? With the Eight of Swords, Scorpio, they're viewing you as, you might not be seeing them. This person, you might meet this person at a point in time. Maybe you're involved with another karmic situation. They may see you as having a little bit of over-analysis paralysis here. So if you do meet through work, some of my Scorpios are a little bit worried about, not wanting to SHIT where you eat. The Eight of Swords can also indicate that, maybe you're in an unhappy living situation. Maybe you don't dislike your job. But it does feel like some sort of karmic situation that you want to break free from. So this is when they meet you or how they're viewing you. All right, but we see the Eight of Cups, but it does look like you're moving away from that karmic situation, Scorpio, when you meet this person. Now, they might be worried that they're going to lose you. So, for example, if you two work together, this person might be like, oh no, Scorpio's looking for another job. Or Scorpio's, hates their living situation. They're going to move. They're going to move out of my town. But I feel like this person sees you or meets you during a time, or is seeing you at a time of a major transition in your life. And we see the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person might be a little bit worried that you've got one foot in the door and one foot out. So they probably sense that you're attracted to them, or that you would be attracted to them. But because of everything else that's going on in your life, you're not as sure. Yeah, they might just feel like, I kind of get this energy like they're kind of worried they're going to lose you, or they're going to miss an opportunity with you because of all the other stuff that's going on in your life. My Scorpio is how you're going to be feeling devil energy. So you may be keeping it to yourself, but you may feel low-key obsessed with this person. But I also feel there's like a little bit of an element of stress here, Scorpio, with this connection. Like, I don't know if they're your boss. I don't know if there's somebody that you meet before you go on a major trip, or as you're going through a breakup. I feel like my Scorpios, you're a little bit worried here about the timing, or you're worried about the relationship itself. Like, yes, I'm attracted to this person. This person is, you know, a lot of things that I've always wanted, or that I feel like I would be happy with in a relationship. But you're going through some sort of karmic ending here, or you're going through just like a major transition. So you may feel like you don't, you know, you can't channel as much time and effort into this connection, or it might just feel a little bit overwhelming here. But you do feel an undeniable, you know, tie to this person here with that Capricorn energy. All right, let's see what they really like about my Scorpios. Okay, companion. This person sees you as the perfect partner. Okay, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. That's how they're seeing you. And they see you as the child divine, innocence, purity, and redemption, and suggests a special connection with the divine. Yep. And again, Scorpios, you kind of naturally carry that special connection with the divine, being so intuitive. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we see seeker energy. So I feel like you could meet this person traveling, or you both really love to travel. You have a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever you are. Yeah, and this person does as well. So that's really strong compatibility about your values and how you approach, you know, life and learning. Now, the connection is defined by the Three of Swords. So, I mean, obviously this can be heartbreak. This can be sadness. This can be disappointment. But I don't think so, because we have potential life partner here. I feel this Three of Swords, Scorpio, is whatever's going on in your life, whatever this transition is, whatever this, you know, this karmic situation is that you're leaving behind or you're breaking free from. So some of you, it's a relationship. Like I said, others of you, it's an unhappy living situation. And for others, it's, you know, it's a job, or you know, you two working together. It could also be that there's going to be a little bit of meddling or, you know, interference in this connection. You know, people weighing in with their opinions, co-workers, friends, family, romantic rivals. All right. But we see presence before promise. This connection prioritizes now over outcome. Yeah, so again, I feel like there's something overwhelming here for you, Scorpio, thinking about, you know, is this going to be forever? Because I feel like what's going on in your life is quite urgent, and you need to be really present about this shift or this change or this transition. So I like this because there's like, you know, I can't make a lot of promises, but I'm willing to like see where this goes or enjoy the moment with you. All right, and we see protective of what matters. Yeah, that's absolutely their energy. This person is discerning about their energy and time, and loyalty is expressed through care. Again, you know, the universe has a funny way, Scorpio, of sending us soulmates right in the nick of time, or right when we need them. You know, and this person might kind of come in a point in time where you kind of need somebody to have your back, right? And we see balancing independence and intimacy. This connection asks you to hold space for selfhood and closeness equally. Yeah, because again, there's something here, my Scorpios, I feel like you really need to take care of. All right. And we see growth with discernment. So this connection evolves alongside clarity, and I feel like it evolves naturally. And Spirit's also saying that this connection reinforces your value through experience, not validation. So as you're awakening your self-worth here, and again, because I feel like you're making a major shift something you're making changes for the better here within your life here, Scorpio. And again, I feel like that's where, you know, you're raising your vibration. There's an up leveling here. And I feel that's where you two connect. That's where you energetically meet. Okay. All right. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. Okay. So we see love language, acts of service, actions speak louder than words. Beautiful. And that's going to build trust along with honest communication. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay. This could be a secret admirer, or again, this person is much more than meets the eye. Some elements of this relationship are hidden, and we get double confirmation of workplace. So some of you really do meet this person through work, but this is just a card for me, Scorpio, of really high compatibility between the two of you. All right, so we see this may be unfolding, or you know, you may become aware of this over the next 3 weeks, but Spirit's saying, Scorpio, you're not meant to know, so that means it's different for all of you. All right, my lovely Scorpios, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.